So TJ, we are back on TDT Dub. You know what I'm saying? TDT Dub Sports. You know what I'm saying? We're all about the designs and stories behind some of the branding of sports teams and events and such. So the biggest event, in the NFL is of course the Super Bowl. So I've been on a crusade for the past few years about returning the Super Bowl logo to past glory, meaning just, things that relate to the locale and, colors, because I'm looking at this list of Super Bowl logos and you can just tell like Super Bowl 45 was just like, let's just be devoid of color for a few years. And then let's do something a little bit better for the 50. And then let's just go even less creative for 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. And then, this year, the official one has a little splash of color. I got some palm trees in there. I appreciate the effort. I'm curious, do you have like a top five or just some of your favorites of like the official logos of the past?
I do. And I appreciate you fighting the good fight and getting us to a place where people are aware of just how bad Super Bowl logos have actually gotten recently. I think this is a talk for another time, but there's a series of decisions that have happened that led to the meme that is the NFL being the no fun league. And the Super Bowl logo is part of that. If you look at the logos, even going back to the really early ones, they were doing something based on the technology and the art available at the time. It was something that they may have been a little more simple, but even in their simplicity, there was artistry in it. Whereas the move recently has been, let's put the trophy on there and silver Roman numerals and call it a logo, which is okay maybe once, but not as the standard. And so I like logos that, like you said, speak to the locale, speak to influences of the location, including colors and imagery, icons, whatever. And so I think there are some logos in the past, 50 some odd Super Bowls or 44 some odd Super Bowls that have actually done that maybe better than others, at least for me. So I think for me, my number one of the Super Bowl used logos was Super Bowl 33 in Miami. I love the look of it. It looks like an old sign on like the side of a building that you'd get there. The blue works so well with the yellowish gold. I like the look they achieved on the Roman numerals and the font that they used for Super Bowl. It looks really cool, and it kind of looks like it's at an angle, kind of coming at you. I just think it's clean. I really like this logo.
I am very glad that you chose that because I'm a big fan of that, and I also like it's so stylized and it's so the personality jumps off the page. So I definitely agree with that one.
Yes. My number two, I'm going with Super Bowl 30 in I think it was University of Arizona or Arizona State Sun Devil Stadium down in Arizona. You talk about a logo that's tied to the region, and you think of the Southwest and Arizona, and this logo speaks to that very well. And the color scheme works really well. It looks like something that's supposed to be down there, and I really like it.
That's like you said, it's an example of speaking to the locale. So, and for it to be like a big time, mile marker for the Super Bowl, getting to Super Bowl 30. Like, I definitely agree with you. That's a good choice. Another good choice.
Thank you. For my number three, I'm going with Super Bowl 27 that was held in Pasadena.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love a shield crest logo done well. This kind of, if you're going to play up in Pasadena, if you're going to be around the Rose Bowl, in the Rose Bowl, like, you've got to do something that feels prestigious, feels a little old school, feels a little older, and the roses is just an easy slam dunk. I love the way that the color green that they chose to use with the blue and the red. Like I think it works exceptionally well. The Super Bowl in this one, the word is actually bigger than in a lot of the other logos, but you do still emphasize the Roman numerals, and the green just makes things pop in such a nice way.
It's so the use of the roses is just great, and then how they integrate that into the logo with the shield. You are killing the game, because that's one of my favorite ones as well.
Yeah, that's not even getting into how like the bottom point of the shield could be interpreted as a football. Or how they managed to make red letters on a blue background actually work.
Yeah, that takes talent. That takes talent.
It's so good. So for my number 4, I'm going with Super Bowl 32 in San Diego. It's the way that the nautical influences are applied. San Diego, when we did our Alliance of American Football, RIP the Alliance, with the fleet, and they had the sea imagery that were used. It has the compass, kind of a seafaring thing, and the way that they used the kind of almost flag motifs for the Roman numerals. It's so cool. I love that. It's such a creative idea for incorporating in, again, locale. And then they weren't scared of it. If you look at it, it's like maybe the Roman numerals should be the same color. I don't think so. Not with this. Like, I love that they're different colors and that they look like they're supposed to be different flags. I think that's brilliant.
I agree with that. And the nautical theme, like having a theme, making it something different. Like, I'm with you on that.
And so this is where, you asked me to do top 5, and I'm going to already break your rule a little bit with 5A and 5B.
Such a rebel, TJ.
I know. I couldn't choose. So for 5A, we're going to go with Super Bowl 31 in New Orleans. I mean, you can't talk about New Orleans without talking about certain images and certain colors, like the kind of Mardi Gras themes of like having the purple and greenish blue ribbons, and then the gold just pops. The way that it has a different shape than the rest of the logos, it works so well. The crown logo above the Super Bowl, I absolutely love it. It looks like it fits down there, and it does very well.
I agree.
And then for my 5B, I went with Super Bowl 40 in Detroit. You talk about Motor City and the steel and like what the people up there love, and that looks like it could be on a car. It looks like a Motors kind of logo, and it's big, it's bold, it's unapologetically just XL, but it the red and the blue works. Having the stars on there works. They went extremely simple, but it's very effective. And it's simple, but not at the cost of any originality like these modern day logos. And that's what I absolutely love about that. I think it works extremely well for that purpose. My honorable mentions for Super Bowl logos that have been used in the past, I want to give a special shout out to Super Bowl 3, which is
taking it back.
It's clever, it's got the red, the blue and the red, and then it's got the little stars at the top. It's simple, but I think it's creative, and I just think it's a cool logo. Super Bowl 13, it's got kind of it looks like stadium seats kind of with the blue into the red. I think that's a really creative choice. And then 14, they have the script on top of the Roman numerals. I think that was in California as well.
Pasadena.
I think that's a really cool touch for a Rose Bowl, Super Bowl. And those older logos, while they may lose out to logos designed in a time where there's more computer technology and graphic design capabilities, they do deserve to be mentioned on this video.
Super Bowl 44 and Super Bowl 44, 41 and 44. I would like to highlight just strictly from an aesthetic So
Mm.
because like the South Florida, so they have like the XLI and they make the I a goalpost. I think that's brilliant. And then 44 doesn't like visually refer to the locale like on an obvious level, but just the fact that they did the three-dimensional, the XL on one side and the IV on the other side with the goalpost and the football in the middle, like it's just a beautiful logo, and it's striking because you see that right beside 45 where they just grayscale everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I love the field goal and the football going through it for that one, and the pylon up on 41. That's really cool. And I will say this, 45 is where they went to the standard thing. It would not be a bad logo if they didn't keep that as the standard. Like if that was just by itself, that would look pretty cool.
Yeah,
but we got it for what, 4 straight years, 5-ish.
That's a good point. And then that run from 45 to 49 is better than that run from 51 to 55, where they were just like, hey, let's standardize this, but let's go even further by let's not even have the stadium in the background. Let's just take, that's too much originality per year. Let's take that out. It's just the trophy. It's just the Roman numerals. That's it. Please insert girder. Like it's just really just boom, boom, boom. From my logos, TJ, I am curious. Do you have a top 5 from my batch of crusading logos trying to shine a light into the world?
I, as a matter of fact, do. And I think that for one, I've said this to you, but now I get to say it to everyone watching this video. Robert, Creative Bobbie's Super Bowl logo is one of my favorite Super Bowl things every year. I look forward to this logo every year, and it's something that I've showed all of my friends, and they also appreciate the logos every single year. So, with that being said, my number one Super Bowl logo from Creative Bobbie himself, Super Bowl 56 in LA. I think that you knocked it out of the park this year. The tie to the Hollywood sign, the star is in there from the Walk of Fame. It feels LA. The palm trees are in there. I love the color scheme you used. The letters are striking. They look brilliant. The Super Bowl, while being small and in the middle of things, still stands out on its own. It's a fabulous logo, and I was very happy when I saw it. So for my number 2 of the Creative Bobbie design Super Bowl logos, I have Super Bowl 54 Miami. Again, the way you utilized color for that one, and the way that you tied it to the region through the sign influences and the beach, I liked that logo from the first time I saw it, and I think the colors are really what puts it over the top for me. But it's a very good, very strong logo that feels Miami without being like the Vice colors.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for with that, but yeah, it turned out really well, and using that sign really helped in having that inspiration.
For sure. My number 3, I'm going back to the beginning, Super Bowl 45, Dallas logo. I really like that. The Texas flag, the hat that's incorporated. You made the star like a shooting star. I mean, come on. You can't ask for more than that. That's the way that the letters work. I like the lettering. I really do. And the effect that you achieved with them, it's like they're kind of stacked on each other, but not like overpowering each other. I like that logo.
I'm the most insecure about that one, so I'm actually surprised by that.
It almost reads like a bull rider with the motion it achieves, and I think it reads that way. My number 4, I've got to go to 52 in Minneapolis. the way you tie it to that new stadium, the purple coloring. Like, I love the color purple. Like, purple is not really a color that's used in a lot of Super Bowl logos that have been used, or in your logos. It's not super utilized, but it's a pretty striking logo. You got that star in there. It's got some nice forward momentum going. I like this logo. I've always liked this logo.
I think that's the one that kind of taught me that I don't have to do too much with it visually, because looking back, especially looking back at old school logos, old school Super Bowl logos, it's not about doing a whole lot on a logo. It's about getting the reference in there and making it clean and making it something that, something that's original to the locale, something that's original to that event, but not something that's just so overpowering because it has so much stuff going on. Like, the letters really have to stand out and really stand there on their own, and just you kind of create everything around it, the accoutrement around it, to make it complete.
Yeah, it works super well for me. I like that logo a lot, and the Roman numerals are like kind of different shape. You know, they're italicized and kind of leaning. Like, that's not something that's super utilized either. So I just love that logo. And then for my number 5, I went with 51 Houston. You know, you kind of incorporated the trophy sort of with the in the middle, the stars in the night sky for the space kind of motif going there, but also the Oilers colors that are utilized in there.
Look at you catching that.
There's definitely some Oilers influences in this bad boy, and I appreciate that.
That one's one of my favorites because the trophy, and then having the idea to do the trophy, but then also like a rocket. So it's like the Super Bowl trophy, but it's like as a rocket with the stars there. And then the letters, that was one of the few times I try to do like the embossed letters, like having the letters look like they're chiseled. So, which is harder than people think it is, because you have to, be consistent with shadow and stuff like that. So that was a risk I took, but I was like, yeah, I can do this. So I really like how that one came together.
It definitely paid off. It's a very strong logo, and any of these top 5, any of the logos you've done can stand with the Super Bowl logos in the past, but these were my top 5 of yours.
It started off, as I've said, my crusade, but then it just became just something I do every year because it's fun. It's fun for me to do and figure out, because the thing, and one of the main things I like to try to impress onto people is what you see publicly. A lot of stuff happened behind the scenes to make that look that way. Like, a lot of decisions had to be made, a lot of research had to be done. This is just like in general when it comes to just any design that you see out in the wild. So it was very interesting for me to not just say I missed the Super Bowl logos of the past, but like to see, okay, what could I do with it? How would I put my spin on this? So it's always a fun project every year.
Yeah, like I said, I look forward to it every year, and I will continue to do so for every year in the future until such time as the NFL gets it right. But even then, I want to see what Bobbie's vision of it is. So it's going to be something I look forward to for as long as you're wanting to make them.
I'll keep it coming. I will keep it coming, most definitely. And that will do it for us on this episode of TDT Dub Sports. You know what I'm saying? Always, I appreciate you, sir. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comment section down below what's your favorite Super Bowl logo and what's your favorite logo that I've created. Remember, as you're going on life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See y'all next time. We out here, sports ball, and all that stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I get like a random accent when I do sports, sports and sauce.
Sports ball,
sports sauce. That might be a show. Sports sauce.